Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Rhett as always, and today you might notice that we have a new table. You'll be seeing this on the channel in October. You might also notice there's a little bit of decorations as well. All of that coming to you in October. Just a little tease of that here, I suppose. Today we are looking at how to play Decrypto, which Decrypto is a great team-based game, which we haven't done a lot of on the channel, but this is a team-based game in which everyone is split into two teams, white and black, plays 3 to 8. Crypto is a game in which you are trying to send codes to your teammates without letting the other team know what your words are. It's a game of hidden information, but you're trying to communicate with your team and convey numbers to them. It sounds really complicated, but once you've played a round or two, you get it. And we'll go into the how to play in just a moment, and you'll understand fully. It's a really fun game, though. 2 teams, so you need even amount of players. Today, we're going to teach you how to set up, how to play, and how to win Decrypto. As far as setup goes for Decrypto, you have these 2 screens here. And these screens are going to be faced towards your team. So let's say you're on the black team here, then you're going to turn this towards all the players on your team. Teams will need to be arranged where one team is on one side and the other team is on the other. That way they cannot see these screens. Only the black team can see the screens on this side. Same with the white screen over here. For the sake of this video though, I will be just showing them facing forward though. These screens have these little feet to slide in here. You just slide them on. Each team will take these code cards, which are these little small square cards that on the other sides have numbers on them. So for instance, this one says 341. This one says 342. These are going to be important for the playthrough, and I'll explain what they mean in just a moment. The white ones have the exact same thing, so what you'll do is you'll shuffle these up separately and give them to each team. So this goes for the black team, this goes for the white team. Now, we do have these chips here. Those, although they are black and white, are not for each team. They are for the middle, and you earn those if you do well or do poorly. Last thing we have are these, think of them like sort of like 3D goggle kind of things, but they slide into these screens and they reveal what's underneath them, like a hidden code. And that way, like if you're looking at it like this, you can't really read it. However, once you slide it into here, your team is able to decipher it. So, for instance, we're going to look at this black one here. We're going to, I've already pulled 4 cards, and we're just going to slide them in there. There's a little slot between the front of the screen and this back wall here, and you slide them in there. Like so. Now that they're all in there, now you can turn around and look at it. And looking at these, we have 4 words. These words are secret to our team. We all know what the words are, but we do not want the other team, the white team, to know what they are. So, for instance, I'm going to read these out. We have desert, we have surgery, we have mother, and we have beard. That's our 4 words. In prep of the game, both teams will slide these into their slots. Once we put all these into here, all these cards into the slides, then we are done. That is it as far as setup goes. Now, as far as play goes, you'll decide which one person on each team will be the encryptor. It's totally random, it doesn't matter. Just know that the encryptor will move around the table, switching players for each round. So for the first round, let's say I'm the encryptor here. I take one of these cards that has a code on it. Do not show this code to the other team or to your fellow team members. You keep this secret for yourself. So my code is 234. So I'm going to look at this thing here, and I need to give them a clue to get these in order. Basically a clue for each different thing. So I need to give them a clue for 2 to get surgery, and then I need to give them a clue for 3 to get mother, and then a clue for them to get beard, which is 4. And I need to be in that order. It needs to be specifically in the order of 2, 3, 4. As far as clues go, they don't have to be single word. They can be multiple words. It can be a whole sentence. The only thing you can't describe is the position of the word. You can't discuss the pronunciation or the spelling of the word. You also can't use any of the other words that are on here, and you also can't use more than one clue more than once. So, but I also have to keep in mind that I need to be discreet, because I can't let the other team know what our words are, which based off one word clue, probably they won't know unless you're being extremely obvious. But on a future round, someone else will give a clue and these words begin to compile. So at the end, they'll have a couple of words for 2. So they might be able to pair those 2 together and figure out what those 2 words have in common and be able to deduce surgery in this instance. So I need to come up with a clue for each of these. So for surgery, I'll say emergency. For mother, I'll say hen. And then for beard, I will say oil. So these are going to be the words I'm going to say. I'm going to say emergency, I'm going to say hen, and I'm going to say oil. And then based off those clues, my team is able to deduce which combination I mean. If they do get it correct, nothing bad happens, basically. If they get it right, then nothing bad happens as far as us go. However, if the other team manages to deduce what it is, if I'm being too obvious, or maybe we've had too many clues that have piled up to help it out, then they will get what is called a interception card. And that's what these white chips are for. These interception chips basically make it to where they get a point on their side. If they get 2 interception tokens, then they win the game. And that's by basically correctly guessing our code. So I'll give them those hints. They'll figure out what their code they're going to guess is. And the other team will also come up with an interception code. So I'll give them that. They'll have a time set with this timer here. It'll go all the way through. And then by the end of that, the other team will guess. And let's say they guess 1, 2, 3. They would be incorrect. I don't tell them how correct they are. I just tell them that they're incorrect as long as they're not the exact number combination. Then my team guesses 2, 3, 4, and they're correct. Nothing bad happens. But let's say my team got it wrong. Maybe they thought I meant something oil to do with the desert. So they guess 2, 3, 1. If they guess incorrectly as to what the code is on the card, then we get what's called a miscommunication token. If we get 2 miscommunication tokens, then we lose. So if we're too obvious and they steal twice, they win. If we're too vague and we miss it twice, then we lose. So these are things to keep into account whenever playing this game, is you need to be vague, but you also don't need to be too vague so that you lose out. So you get these miscommunication tokens. So same thing will happen on the other side. They have their code. They're looking at their words. They're going to give some sort of hint, and then the black team will get to choose, make a combination guess, and then the other team will go ahead and guess based off what the clue is from their teammate. This continues to go, and that's basically how gameplay works. But like I said, you have these pieces of paper, and you can write down the words that is said for each round, and you also get the number combination at the end is revealed, whether it's right or wrong. They tell you what their correct combination is. But that is how you play Decrypto, and then how you win is pretty simple, as I explained earlier. If a team is able to successfully guess the other team's combination twice, or the other team miscommunicates twice, then your team wins, and vice versa. So you're hoping the other team messes up, or your team is able to successfully intercept the code and figure it out. And with that, that is how you play Decrypto, and that is how you break the code. And join us tomorrow for our playthrough of the game. And if you have any more questions about the game itself, just sound off in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time, because that's the way we roll.